For this lesson, we'll click on 04 Separate Dimensions Starter, and you will twirl down the sources, and we're going to go to volleyball. And we can do two things. We can drop volleyball right in there, which I think is fine, or we could take volleyball and drop it into a new comp. But what we're going to do here is we're going to right click, and we are going to pre-compose this, and we're going to call it volleyball. Okay. And so basically we have a composition volleyball that's nested inside this composition that's called Separate Dimension Starter. Now the reason why we're doing this is that we're going to do a classic animation of a ball bouncing off the ground and in and out of frame. But we need to have two different anchor points to make that happen. In our first, I'm going to double click on volleyball so that we open it up. For our first one, this ball needs to rotate throughout the whole project, and that needs to happen from the center. And from here, when it bounces, the ball needs to squish, and so we're going to move the anchor point down to here. So let's start with volleyball first. I'm going to start at the beginning. I'm going to hit R for rotate, and we are going to set a keyframe there. We're going to go to the end of our comp, and how long is that comp? Let's hit Command K, and it is a 2-second comp. Let's make it 5. So we'll just go 05:00. And now I'm going to shrink this down, and we'll need to drag this comp all the way down because I want it to be a 5-second comp. And we'll go to the end, and we're going to have it spin 5 times clockwise. And that's what it's doing. Okay, let's go to this comp. I'm going to hit Command K, and we want this to be 5 seconds as well. So 05:00. Boom. And we will scroll down to see it all and take that up. So now we've got our ball. If we don't do that, our ball will sometimes just magically disappear, and we go, what the heck, what the heck? And then if we're all kind of scrunched down here, you know, if we're here at the beginning and we're all scrunched down and we don't see that the layer's all chewed up, that'll mess us up. So hopefully that'll save you guys some frustration in the future. Now for this, we're going to take our pan behind tool, and we are going to put it right at the bottom of the ball. Now we're going to hit scale, and we're going to make our ball pretty small, somewhere around 27%. And now we'll go back to our picker tool, and we're going to start with our ball here, and I'm going to hit P for position, and let's scale down. Let's go down 1.5 seconds, and we're going to bounce here. Let's scale down 1/2 second, put the ball here, scale down to 3, put the ball on the ground again, and then we'll go to 4:15 and let the ball come out so that it's losing energy as it bounces. Boom, boom. Okay, so this is terrible, so let's make it better. Alright, so basically what we need to do is we need to mess with these splines so that we can get a believable bounce. So let's have the ball kind of rock in like that. If I hold down Option it'll allow us to kind of break this link and get a better move. Let me get the ball out of the way so that we can pick this one. Holding down Option to break it. Oh, come on now. Let's see what that looks like. So basically right now everything's happening way too slow. So let's speed it up a little bit. And we're going to speed this one up, and I'm going to tighten up my render bar. Alright, so I like the speed, so basically we kind of want to set this so that our speeds match a little better. Okay, so this one, so the first bounce is good, and then this one needs to kind of elongate. Okay, and I feel like it's maybe climbing a little too high for believability. Okay, so that's a good believable bounce. And now what we need to do is we need to squish our ball, and that's another reason why, that's a reason why the anchor point is there. If we're going to, I'm going to hit scale, and we are going to create a keyframe, and we're just going to move it one frame over to the left. And now we're going to break our scale, and we are going to make our ball squishy. And then I'm going to go a few frames back, hit Command copy of our original keyframe 27 so that it has a second to spring back to life. And then we'll do the same thing here. Actually, I'm going to hit U so that we know where we're going at. I'm going to hit Command C, Command V for paste, and we're going to just drag it there because we know that's the squish. Now let's take a look at this. Alright. Now that I'm watching this, it feels like this ball needs to move left a little. So let's take a look at that. So also in the second bounce, it wouldn't be as squishy because it's got less force on it. So let's take a little bit of that bounce out. Alright, and so we will render that composition, pre-render, your name, tell it where to go. We'll go with QuickTime, Apple ProRes Lite, render that and post it to Canvas.